Hello family, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video. Today is Sunday the 20th, 2025. Guys, life is good. Even though we're dealing with some issues in my family, the loss of my niece, right? This past Wednesday. But life goes on, guys, okay? Life goes on, and it is important to leave a legacy behind, right? Now you guys can take this anywhere you want to, but as always, this is not financial advice, right? I'm just a 52-year-old man that makes video about my portfolio and my portfolio loans. So do not take this as financial advice. Okay, guys, I want to say thanks to our new subscribers. As we're pushing our way to 2,400 subscribers, we're getting there. We got over 400 plus videos on this channel because I make videos every day, and some days I make 2 videos. It just depends what's going on. But with that said, guys, remember to work on yourself, improve yourself best way you can. It don't have to be in the stock market. It don't have to be through dividends, right? But dividends for me, it has been the easiest way, right? You can still invest in real estate like I do and still have a portfolio, right? You can start with $20. You can start with $10. A lot of these companies out there now, you can open an account, put $10 in there, and buy you a position for $1. So you can have 10 positions in your portfolio the very first day. If you got $5, you can have 5 positions in your portfolio the very first day, right? You can start with Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, until you figure things out, and then you can branch out to more riskier positions. I tell you guys every single day, okay? But leaving a legacy for your family, for yourself, is key. If you want to go today, right? What is your legacy? What are you leaving behind for your family? Debts? Generational wealth? What are you leaving behind? It's key. Now, we're not trying to answer the question there, right? It's just something for you to think about. But people's like, oh, I need to invest in real estate. Okay, well, you can use other people's money, you can use your own money, but you need money. You can invest in the market, right? But you don't need $5,000-$6,000. You can start with $5. You can start with $10. You can start with $1. Is that what you're going to transfer to your account? I mean, you can start with that. Open an account, be consistent, put in $5, $10 in a week. And by the end of the week, you're going to have 80, you're going to have 40, depends what you're putting in, 100 a month. You're going to have that in there by the end of the month. You're going to have that $100. Invest that into something. And that $100, depending on what you invested into, by the end of that month, if it's monthly, you're going to have a nickel, 5 cents, 10 cents, 1 cent, 2 cents coming into that portfolio. And if that don't motivate you, that you can put $100 in something and start to invest, and by the end of the week or by the end of the month, you have 10 cents from your $100 or 20 cents from your $100. And the next month, it consistently going to grow. And the more money you add in there, the more you're going to receive. The more you add, the more you're going to receive. It is so easy, guys. This is so easy. Okay, yesterday I did the income video, and we got over $7,000 into the portfolio. Now, week before we did 4,000 something, right? The week before that we did 10,000 something, I think, close to it, right? Now, this week coming is usually my lowest week. I'll be lucky if I generate another $4,000 or $5,000. But I got to look at the positions, review the positions, and see what I can add to my portfolio to generate more income, right? As I continue to build up my portfolio, right? A lot of the stuff I do now, I'm reinvesting the dividend back into the portfolio I still have some cash that sits in the portfolio that I spend if I need to spend some money. But I mean, on average monthly, right? Estimated, it's about $40,000, almost $50,000. I mean, we're still far away from that. But guys, forget about the $47,000 I show on this thing. Even if I'm generating $10,000 a month, right? Now, of course, there's no taxes coming out of this, so you have to pay taxes at some point. But still, this is money that you're not working for. This is money that's working for you. Okay? This is money that's working for you. I know, like, so, Edwin, how does it work? How does it work? So we're going to go to my smallest position. Okay? This position have $2,000 into this position, right? $2,000. And this $2,000 right now, estimated, is generating me almost $900 a year from $2,000, right? And this amount is going to continue to grow whether I put money in it or not. It just depends what I'm invested in, because when I get those dividends, I can either reinvest the dividends or use it to pay whatever I need to pay. So this is $72 a month, give or take. Okay, estimated. Even if it's $50, it's $25. I can say pay for my Netflix for the rest of my life. That can pay for my security, for my housing, for my property here, for the rest of my life. Right? So if it's go to $50, $60, you know, at some point, depending on what I decide to do with my phone, that can pay my phone bill and other stuff. So think about it from the lower, the least bills, expensive bill you have, and say, you know what? This is what I want to be able to pay first. You make that first dollar, you're going to go to the next dollar, $2, $3, and continue to grow your portfolio. But this is why I tell you guys all the time, you have to pay yourself first. This is what I tell you, when you pay yourself first. I know you hear people saying all the time, well, I did this and I paid myself first. Because you have to invest. Savings account is good. But if you put money in a savings account and you put money in an investment, in 10 years, you might have, depending on what you're investing in, you might have $1 million compared to a savings account where you might have $200,000, $300,000. So, do you want to invest or you want to save? You know, these are long-term goals, guys. If you have 10 years, 20 years, if you want to work that long, even if you put it in $500 a month, by the time you retire in 20 years, with your investment, depends what you put it in, and the growth, plus the dividend, I mean, you're going to have over $1 million. I've been doing this for 5 years, okay? I've taken some risk, yes. I had to change my whole portfolio around because of tariffs. But that's part of life. Stuff happens. Being aware of what's going on is the key. That's why I tell you guys all the time, pay attention to your portfolio. Pay attention to your portfolio, because if you don't pay attention to your portfolio, you don't know when the market's down, if you need to buy. That's when we buy. When the market's down, other than the stuff that I reinvested, I mean, I buy stuff when the market's down. Or some of my positions because of, buying stuff because of the price is down, or buying stuff because, okay, I bought something at $25, now it's $20. I'm a DCA down, daily cost average back down. And as I'm daily cost averaging back down, I'm buying more positions, so of course my dividend is going to increase. Okay? And I don't only just invest in the risky stuff. I invest in those 5%, 10% yield and stuff like that. Okay? And I'm getting to a certain level to where I'm like, okay, I have 20, 30 of these suckers. I don't need a lot of money from them. $100 is the initial for each one of them. When I get to that point, then I can put more money, get to 200, 300. And the more that money increases, guess what? The more the income increases. Right? You got to put the little soldiers to work. They got to work for you to make money. Right? You can say, oh, well, Edwin, that's not enough. Okay, we'll go to my second biggest account. This is my account I used to pay my car note. Okay? It used to be a lot bigger, but then I transfer it over. I tell you guys this all the time, to Fidelity because of margins. And now, the portfolio is still a little down, But I put $14,000 in there, right? And the balance I think right now is like 13 something. But guess look, this position is generating me close to $1,000 a month. Close to $1,000 a month. So with $12, $13, $14,000, I'm generating almost 100% of what I put in there. And even though it's down, right, I'm still making money every single month. 800, 900, 800, 900, 1,000, depending on what's going on. I'm down $1,800. But if I'm making $1,000 every month in returns in distribution, am I really down? Because I'm making money every month. So it's not about, it's not about me sitting there showing you exactly what I'm doing. The goal is to encourage you guys to invest, right? Transformational work. The people, you hear it all the time. This is transformational work, transformational work. But how are you going to get yourself to that point where you're going to be collecting if you're not investing in your future? You think that something just going to drop from the sky and get into your bank account? You got to put yourself in the right position. Okay, you got to put yourself in the right position. $250 a week, I mean, that's decent money. In some other countries, man, people make $250 a month. $250 a week? I mean, you get almost retired on this in some places. $1,400, So if we go to the big boy portfolio, where I have estimated income of $551,000 off of a $635,000 account. People can't believe that I don't even have $1 million in my portfolio, but my portfolio is generating over $30,000 a month consistently. Some months it's more, but on the average for the last 6 months, it's about $30,000, $35,000 on average. Some month I'm generating $44,000. It just depends on how my extreme high yield positions are paying. But can I retire on this right here, right now? Estimated $45,000 a month, $10,000 a week. Can I retire on that? $1,500 a day. That's just one portfolio. If we put them all together, you get more money. Combined, we're getting more money. The yield is down, yes, but still, we're making $1,500+ every single day. And this is going to continue to grow, continue to get bigger. The amount is going to increase, right? It's going to increase. So there is no excuse to say, well, Edwin, you're lucky. This got nothing to do with luck. Maybe I'm lucky at some point, right? The thing goes my way, what I invest in goes my way. I guess you can say that lucky. But that means so many other people are lucky too, right? We just follow the numbers. If it's paying, we follow the numbers. If it's not paying, we'll cut our losses and go to the next one that's paying. That's why I tell you guys, get in the game, learn the game, right? You don't have to go to 100% yield. You can start with 5% yield. This company's been around for years that are providing decent yield to pay and work your way up to where are you comfortable. But, I'm income driven because I'm 52 years old. I need money to live. I mean, you know what? People get a layoff left and right. Do you think if any one of these cats had $100,000, $200,000 in their portfolio, bringing them $5,000 a month, $6,000 a month, easy, no stress, they won't take it? $10,000 a month, no stress? They won't take it? And have to go clock into a job when you're collecting 10 grand a month, and you only need 5 to live, and you can reinvest the other, or you do whatever you want? Guys, I come here every Sunday, pretty much every day, trying to motivate you guys. I wish I had somebody to motivate me 5 years ago. I probably would have been way further than I am now, that I could learn from the mistakes. You know, yeah. You can live out of your account. It's just that simple. You can live out of your account. Just like I pay my car payment out of my account, you can pay your rent, you can pay your monthly bills, you can pay them out of your account. Anything is possible, guys. Like I said, you want to build up. You don't have to start spending when you got $20 and you're like, okay, every week I'm gonna take that 20 and go spend it. No, you can let it get to whatever you need. Build up to whatever you need. Like I say all the time, make sure you are getting at least 2 to 3 times out of your portfolio before you decide, you know, I'm gonna retire. Because the amount adjusts, it go up and down, right? So you gotta be getting at least 3 times what you're making on your job, or at least your bills. So if you lose 1, you still got 2. All right? So I hope today motivation helps you guys. Because you see my portfolio, my cost basis, my portfolio is almost at $1 million, right? 670 some thousand. This is what I put in there, right? But it's down. This is what the value right now is down. So of course I have to work my way back up to where we pay back some of this to, you know, cut this down to increase this up and, you know, increase the value. My cost base is gonna go up, and the market value is gonna go up, right? And this number here hopefully will go down. That's the goal. So hopefully next year this time we will have that at maybe 5 to 7%, maybe. That would be great on this on this tracker. The other tracker is different, but on this tracker it's still showing a higher number, right? And it says I got $1,400 in my account, cash. I guess that's from the ChartSwap account plus the Robinhood account. I have some cash in there. So that's where we are, guys. Okay. Remember, I'm just here to motivate. If you need to have a one-on-one, you know, join the Discord, send me an email, leave a comment. You know, I check the comments all the time. Email, I don't check that much often. So if you send me an email, I haven't responded because I really don't check the email that much, because everything I tell you guys, message me in the Discord and then we can go from there. If this is the life you want to live, the life of freedom, the life of less stress, you're in the right place. I mean, if you can figure it out by watching the videos, schedule a call. It don't cost you much. But in the long run, you will thank me. Right? Because I mean, you understand, if you understand what I'm talking about, of course, you don't have to schedule. But if you don't understand, you need more breakdown, all that good stuff. You have a bunch of questions that I don't answer on the video. Schedule a call. Okay? Now with that said, guys, you know, I don't make the video too long. I want you guys to have an amazing Sunday, right? Because I'm having a wonderful Sunday. I have 2 of my grandnieces with me today. My oldest brother, grandchildren, I had on me today from this morning. That's why I'm making the video late. My nephew had to take the other kids baseball. So of course, I'm like, why not? Spend time with the twins, okay? Hanging out with the girls. So those are the things you do when you have time. You know, if I had other things to do, work and stuff, I couldn't do that. But, I mean, this is my work. I work from home. Spend a lot of time on the computer doing research and other things for work. My work. I still got a job. Right? But it helps because the amazing thing is now, I don't take money from my paycheck to add to my portfolio. I don't do that. I can't remember the last time I did that. I don't take a nickel from my check to add to my portfolio. My portfolio build itself up. Okay, for the last probably 6-8 months, my portfolio build itself up. Right? The only time I had to add money to my portfolio was during tariff time when everything was going crazy. Yes, I had to move money around to balance my portfolio for margin calls and stuff like that. But other than that, my portfolio is doing what it needs to do. And I still pull money out of this portfolio every month to pay bills, right? Anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 a month I pull out of this portfolio. Last month I didn't pull anything other than paying a credit card off. That's it. And this month maybe I'll do the same thing. Pay another credit card off. As I try to fix my debt to income ratio. It's because you guys know I'm trying to buy some land because I want to build some apartments. So I need some land. That's what your boy's trying to do. Okay? So I share with you guys, motivate you. It's not bragging, just share to motivate you. Okay, guys? I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Like I said, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And tomorrow, we'll do it again to see what we got as we plan for next week. Because I need to spend some money because I need to get my dividend up over 5,000 in this portfolio. Hopefully, dividend gonna be a little higher coming next week, right? So with that said, guys, have a wonderful day, and we're gonna do it again tomorrow.